Well, today I'll show you not new one. Actually, I already prepared a video that's called Laravel Dynamic Dropdown. Probably you've seen this video. No problem if you are new. This video intention is actually main three parts. Previous video I didn't use any voice. So many of you asked me to. It would be very nice if I can add voice. So I will not code, but I will show you. I will tell you how this happens using my voice. So and the second part I will show a common solution for a common problem that actually I solved many of your problem. Basically, in the mail I solved, and I found out that pretty much all of your problem is similar. So I will show you how I solve this problem using one technique. So, and this problem technique is not for only this video. You can use this for any web development techniques. I hope it will be useful. So these videos means there is actually this solving things. If you understand that how I solved it, I think you will find it very helpful. And in the third part, in the last part, I will show instead of showing in the select or drop down, how can you show the JSON data in the table format? So let's dig in. First of all, if you go lab.com/bonds, then you will find my project, previous project, and then go to click here, Laravel 5.3. After coming this link, if you see there is the icon download. If you select and zip, click zip, then a .zip file will be downloaded. So I already downloaded that, and so in my local server I put these projects. If you go the and if you find in the zip files, you will find a .xql file that is for database, and it forces you import. So you can use this database if you want. And if you go to the browser project open, so you see there is the link to the initial view. So you have to write /prod view. This is the actual link. Foot, you can see the data is changing. If I change furniture, then this is also changing. And this is the basic thing is happening. And if I change here table, and the product price is changing. If you go .env file, this is here is the database name. So this is, I hope you know all of these basic things. And there is my database and products and product cat. First of all, if we go the link, so it is telling me to go this controller. So we are using the controller, that's a controller. And if I come here, it's showing all the products category. This is the database. So I model name, I just assign here the model name, and this is the model. Here is the database name, product cat. So what is happening here that come here. Initially, if you see there is a data. So we need first data from product category data from the database. This is so for that I just model name. So it actually referring the database name. So it will get all the data from the database. So I put here in the variable dot put and compact. This will help to get the this is actually this variable that is the database product category tables data, and it will go this value, this view. So this is the resources, then views, then product list dot blade.php. So when it comes, this is the view, select options. So this one is, and there is another option that is for product name, and this is the product price. So input type text. What happen if you right click in these positions, then inspect, then if you see this actually referring select and the class name and product name. So but the class name is different. You can use class name or yeah, but you have to make sure that when it is general, so it cannot call us with each other's name, whatever. So when I change here something, so that means this product id is changing for to doing the data, since the when I changing this, the browser is not loading, and automatically this data is changing. How it is changing, that's why I using Ajax. Ajax helps you to load the data from the database without loading your database, and that's why we have to use jQuery. For that jQuery, I use here the jQuery file JS. Here, that's mean when I change the food category, so it come here first this line. That is when product category, this dot actually means class. Which class? This class. Since I changing this class, that is the class event. When this class and that name is changing, so write a or do a function. So this line is telling that when this class is changed, so do something or do some work. And before that, this line actually meaning that that page along with all files like CSS files, JS files, or all the files include this current page. So that's called DOM. So sometimes people ask you in the interview what is DOM. So you can explain it in that way. So yeah, that's the DOM and or document. When this document is ready, that means when all the files is ready, so inside it that there is a line. When this is changed, do something. So when I change this, that means this class, do something. What will it do something? It will take this value. Dot value is a method that take this current the document, no, sorry, this the select value, and this means actually referring the current position. The current position means actually right now this one. So that's why using here the this, that is referring to the current positions, and current positions value. So current position value means food. Here I changing and the change value is food. So it will take the value food and it will put here. Maybe the value can be changeable. So right now it is food. So var char id equal to food or something. What is the id? If you inspect again and expand this one, if you see there is a value 1234. This is referring actually exactly this one. So I can find this id. So if you see during this value writing here, one thing is I forgot to tell. Initially when the page we land, we take this value, so it come here. So it for each, using this for each, it show all the values like food, um, these clothes, furniture, computer, etc. And here is the food, furniture, this is, and here we get the value, that is the id. So call this is the variable name, that is, and that's referring the column name, table column name, database table column name. So it is also the database column name. So when we change the and get the value, actually we are getting here cat id equal to in case of for food it is 2. So cat id equal to 2. So we are getting 2 actually here. Then these again, these actually referring what, these position, these select positions. So dot parent, actually it is a parent child position, like uh, if you see here, it is the parent and option is the child. So the options parents is actually this select. Similar way, this options parent is this select, not this one. So this one is this. So by selecting parent, carry to parent. So we this parent, this means this body. Now this is in the position body. So it referring this body. Okay. And when here we just add a empty of, then we write a Ajax code. So Ajax for get the data from database without loading the database. So it have some options like type. So since type is like post, get. So in case of, since we will get the database and then we will use this data, so we will use here get. And here is the URL, that is slash product name. So it will go to this product ID, this product ID. So, and along with it will go with that ID, that is the 2. Food ID is 2, so it is the 2, and ID is a fake name or nickname you can say. So here instead of ID you can use any name that you wish, but this nickname is essential in the controller. So make sure what name is you are using, whatever name you have to make sure that this name you have to use when you will get the data from the database. So what happened? First it will go, and since it will come back again with the database data, and where it will go, it will go this database. And with the ID is since we have to find the ID of another ID like product name, so we need this. That is the, you can say foreign key. You can say it's a foreign key. So then it will come here the product name. So it is telling that go to test controller, then find product's name function. So it will come and it will here, and it is this request the request data, that is here the information is input, the variable is remain or exist in this request. So all that data is included here. So it will come, what it will do that if you take the 1 2 3 4, okay, and here is the products. If you see, here is the ID 1 2 3 4, and this is the product cat ID, that is the maybe 2, that means it's food, that means food. So this is the foreign key. So when I write here for 2, since we our value is 2, so it will select this value 2, money, this means this one, 2 that's mean burger, 2 that's mean vegetable, 2 that's mean fish. So here is the database query, that is the product, that is referring the product model, that is we're using the app product. So inside app folder there is the product models, that is product. And since we are not referring any table, so by default it is products table. And if you see, my table name is product. So that's why I didn't define the table name here. So it will referring the tables name tables products, and it will select what will select product name and ID. So we need just only the ID and product name. So it will select this ID and product name. Well, and where the column name product cat ID equal to this ID. So this is the request is this request which contain ID. This ID actually, if you see this one. So if I write here trust, so you have to write here trust, and up to 100 rows it can take. So after getting this, return the data as a JSON data. So this is the data. So it will come here this data, but where the product ID equal to 2. Since we select here suppose food, so its food equal to 2, and that is 2 means this one. So if you see exactly this is value we select, it comes. When it comes successfully, it will come here. If there is any error, since there is no error, so it will not go there. If there is error, it will go there. If there is no error, that it will come here. So first it's happened this part. When successfully, then it will go to route, then test controller functions, then it will come back again the view function, success functions. So here is in data the variable, the table data is content, but we just get the data, but we have to show it in this way. So that's why I just we have to write a options. So already here is a select, but if you see in this product name, then I want to append a options for that one. So for dot append actually, suppose there is a some view, so you have to add something in the backside. You have to length, that's why. So this is the data. So here is the variable we just define as an empty string. So we have to, since we have to write, so we'll add plus, so it automatically add after this one. So I write a options, choose a product. You see here, this is the choose a product, and here data. So this is data. We have to write a length like in this foot. This is 4. If we write here, the length will be 3. Similar way. So for each. So this is there is a JSON data in the controller, and we sending. So we have to length find first. We have to find the length because there is 4 length, 3 length. In case of this, it is 3 length. So this is 0, this is 1, then this is 3. So we have to write 0. So if I write data 0 dot the column name, then only it will referring the first, that is called shard. If and name, so it is shard, but shard's ID. So this it will look to how when the loop is end, like here there is the loop is end uh, because if you see when I equal to increment 0, then 1, then 2 and 3, so it will be greater than this, so it will end here. So it's make a loop that is called like this way, this, but we didn't append yet. So how it will, first it will find a div. We first we are there, so we select food. Okay, So these positions, this parent means now our cursor is there. Okay, that is the div. So inside div we have to, where we have to append. So product name. So product name have some class that is called select. So it will find this position select. Okay, here we have to append the data. Then if there is previous data, like first I select food, then I select furniture. So previous, we have to clear the previous view. That's why I write here .html. So here what will happen that it will set the content, HTML content, the view content, so it will empty. So first, maybe you can see, but what is actually happening in the behind, I'm telling that. So it will empty this one. Then what we'll do, again, similar way, the positions, it will find these positions and it will append the options that we created. What options? This option that we created in behind, but now we will append here. So after writing dot append, we actually seen. So we are seeing this one. So first it's created options, then it empty the previous one, then we just put this up. That means the view options view here. So we can see this option. This way actually it is working. So I hope you understand it. Okay, now what happened when we change this table? So it is changing. Similar way, if you inspect, that's mean product name. So when this product name actually changing, similar way we are getting the value. So if you right click here, they will have a value called bar 12. 12. So it is 12 actually. Product ID equal to 12. And if we get its parents, so it will first we changing, so it will allow these positions. Then similar way, this it will go this find price URL. So there, this is the URL. It will come here products model. So products table. Then price. It will select the price. That is the price. Then where is this is the ID. So it will come in here the ID. This one. So if I write here kill, so you have to write here kill. So I have understand this name actually this name. So you have to make sure this nickname actually this nickname. So here's the data type JSON. So we have to get the data as a JSON data. So we get the price. So we send the data as a JSON data. So it will come here in a success. If it does not come as a success, it will error. So what it happened that is very easy because here there is no select options, this kind of thing, so it is totally okay. So when you get the data, you will just write data dot price. So you will get this is price actually the column name. So actually we get the specific value. Then since I here we are using input text, so if we write dot val, that is it will value. If you check, this is we are getting the value. Actually it is returning the value, and here we are setting the value. So here we are putting some content. So content means price. So it will first it will get the positions, then positions class name, that is specifically this one, and when it find the right positions, it will put the value, the right value we get from the database. So that's how actually it's happening. If you are confused how I write this code, please see the previous video and compare my voice with this video so you can find exactly what's happening. I'm trying to tell you, but in the second part, maybe you will get properly what dot parent is actually working. So let's begin the second part.